Okay, for your first activity today, you're going to play a game called Quiz Quiz Trade. And in a minute, our guest teacher is going to pass out the neon index cards to you. And each neon index card has a fraction on it. So what we're going to do is stand up, pair up. So you're going to get your index card, you're going to hold it with the fraction facing outward, and then everybody's going to stand up and put their hand in the air. You're going to walk around the room until you find somebody else with their hand up. You're going to air 5, and then one person is going to look at the fraction. So you're going to see this and say 1/5, and then you're going to think about what the equivalent decimal and percent values are. So I would walk up to this person, they're holding the card, and I would say 1/5. Well, I know that if I double the numerator and put it in the tenths place, that makes 2/10. So I'm going to say the decimal equivalent is 2/10, which makes the percent 20%. On the back of the card is the answer. So the person that's holding the card is going to turn it around and say, "You are correct." Then let's say you are holding this card. That person's going to say 1/4. That's the same as 0.25 or 25%. You're going to show them the answer, and then you are going to trade cards, put your hand back up, go around the room, air 5 somebody else with their hand up. So you're going to continue quizzing each other, trading, and then putting your hand back up and finding a new partner. We're going to do this for 5 minutes. Now let's say you walk up to somebody and you don't know their fraction. You're going to take a minute, you're going to think about it, you're going to give your best guess, and then that person is going to turn the card around, you're going to talk about it together, discuss the answer, maybe discuss any tricks or tips that we've learned on how to remember that decimal and percent value, and then give that person their turn, and then you will still trade cards. You don't both have to get it right. The point of the game is to practice and learn. So if your partner or you do not know the answer, you're going to help each other with it, talk through it, remind each other of tips and tricks, and then you can trade hand up, pair up again. Like I said, 5 minutes to complete this. Then when that is done, you're going to work on this assignment right here. It's called Sweet Conversions. And it says right here in the instructions, write each number as a fraction in simplest form. That goes in the top of each one as the fraction. A decimal in the middle, so the decimal value should go in the middle of each one. And the percent at the bottom of each candy corn. So the percents all go on the bottom. These aren't all of our benchmark fractions, but we know how to solve these, and you can go back to your notes to look at this. So let's say that it gives us the fraction, and we need to get it to the decimal. Use your notes, fraction to decimal, open that up, remember the instructions for how to convert a fraction to a decimal. So if you can't remember the trick for how to do that, then you can always put top dog in the house and divide, show your work out to the side. And then going from the decimal to the percent should be pretty simple, and vice versa. So on this one you're going to work backwards, percent to decimal, and then use your notes. How do I get from a decimal to a fraction? Remember to open that back up, look at the place value, put it over the, use the number, put it over the place value, and then simplify. So you have the rest of the class period to work on this. If everybody gets finished and you have time, or if you and your shoulder partner get finished and you have time, you can raise your hand and ask for a few Quiz Trade cards and work on those as a table or as a whole class if everybody gets done.